put it in the title. Can I steal? I can. I can steal. And steal. We're gonna do that. Oh, might be, Come on, give me what I'm looking for. Come on, change my title. If you love me, you'll see. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I put up a new. We got 22 hours left of our sponsorship, and then we'll look and switch to a new one. Hours. But yeah, let's get shenanigans started. I'm testing it out. Nothing.
Ordered the 743 from Pierre Lorraine for Rosewater, Western Vespuccia. No baggage to speak of, in the literal or metaphorical sense. Just a little hope. And that doesn't take up much space.
Hello?
Much has been said about the Western frontier. The perilous wilderness, the lawless towns, and the tough, hardened folk who make their way out there. Usually to get away from something worse. I suppose I'm about to become one of them myself. There's just one thing Rosewater's got that no place else has.
Turn back!
An opportunity
Turn
with
back!
my name on it.
Darkness will envelop you! Turn back!
Thank you for the
back.
follow.
Darkness
Welcome in.
will envelop you!
How we doing? Thanks for the lurk. Oh, hold on. Can't step away. Give you a
The
shout
thoughts
out.
in my head are running together.
I'll
like
do
the
that
landscape
after
outside
we
the
get
window.
out of the
Excitement,
audio here.
trepidation, and boredom mixing like the scrub and rocks and soil into one long blur.
Like, can I pause it? Yeah, good. I can pause it. Good. Do that. There we go. Hope you're doing alright tonight.
One thing I know,
You're welcome.
I am ready for a change of scene.
Francisco. Oh, me too. I've been interested in picking it up, but it was so expensive. My friend said it was cheap in Australia, so she bought it for me as a gift. And gifted it to me. I said we play it next.
Huh. Quiet.
Howdy, ma'am. Allow me to extend the warmest of welcomes on behalf of the town of Rosewater and its inhabitants. Folks call me Jim. And who do I have the honor of greeting?
Harley Legere.
Delighted to make your acquaintance.
Leger.
Might I assist
Leger, it
you
looks
with your
like, but whatever.
luggage? That is, if you've got any.
I don't.
Ah, right. Well, what brings you to our fair town, Mrs. Legere?
Oh, there's no D in it.
Miss. And I'm here about a job.
Planning on sticking around, huh? Say, what line of work are you in?
If you must know, I'm a... well, I write. There's an opening at the Rosewater Post.
Well, best of luck with that. The editor at that place ain't somebody you want to cross.
Then we ought to get along fine.
I'm sure you will. But as official town greeter, allow me to offer a small caution. Rosewater ain't always such a sleepy little town.
Hey!
Say, I've just remembered another engagement.
This how you welcome new arrivals? I have a mind to give you a thrashing.
Oh, you poor crybaby.
All right, enough of that. Look, I was no choir girl. But I had the good sense not to get caught. Word of advice, kid. Don't pick your mark in broad daylight, especially not at a lawman's doorstep. Go on, beat it, or I really will give you something to cry about. Now, where in the ether is that damn publisher's office?
So we've got a book up here. Word lock, no key for me. Turn the hook freely. Padlocks, wiggle the key to start the fun. Then take the snack for a long, long run. What? No, snake. Snack? I don't know. Deadbolts 10. Okay. Deadbolts 10's the key and choose a snack. Snake. Snake. Look round, as you give it a shake. Tumbler locks, the key stays still, the diamond shines, turns up just once, sitting down 3 times. Board the WV Express. Boarded the 743 from Perrier Brain for Rosewater Western Bisons. To speak of in the literal or metaphorical. I don't wait. Here the real wilderness. The folks make their way out there. Usually get away from something worse. I suppose I'm about to be okay. Anyways, when the Crown's the spirit chooses air travel over rail nowadays. Yeah, that's basically what she said there. Crown's spirit chooses air travel over rail nowadays. The thoughts in my head are running together like the landscape outside the window. Excitement and trepidation and boredom mixing like the scrub and rocks and soil into one long blur. One thing I know, I'm ready for a change of scenery. That's basically what that one is. Dusty streets of Rosewater. People are the same everywhere. Rotten, grasping, and two-faced. That's not 10 minutes in this town and already it feels like home. A couple of street kids take advantage of the deserted fair to waylay police new arrivals, full in front of the sheriff's office no less. Rascal by the name of Jem, self-styled town greeter, carries off a teen while his young confident, none too skilled in technique, nor yet hardened to the way of life, clumsy attempts to the mark of valuables. The mark on this regrettable occasion began me. Tractor made himself scarce, and I eventually shooed the pickpocket away with a stern warning. I'm too lenient. Perhaps I would have been the kindness to show that bumbling innocent just how wretched this path can be before he has traveled too far along it. To say a part of me didn't itch too. The old impulses are hard to resist. If some charitable soul had decency and consideration to black my eye and break my bone, the tender age once and for all frightened me back into the arms of virtue, what saner course might my life have followed? Crowns 20. Yeah, I don't have a lot of crowns. This, we got an envelope.
October 25th, 1850. Dear Miss Leger, thank you for submitting your sample. Your writing shows real potential. I'd like to extend an invitation to meet with me at the offices of the Rosewater Post and discuss the possibility of an extended commission. How soon can you arrive in town? I await your reply and look forward to making your acquaintance. Yours, Joan Gallagher.
Okay. Okay. Resume game.
So they do have the law here, in theory at least.
Howdy, stranger. Fresh off the train?
Yes, sir.
Come on in then. Let's have a chat. I'm Sheriff Gamble.
Harley Legere.
Pleasure. Just passing through, or...
I'm here about a job.
Well now, that's refreshing. Few come to Rosewater these days with the intent of staying long. How are you finding our town?
I can't say much for the welcoming committee.
Beg pardon?
I wasn't in your town but 2 minutes when I was accosted by a pair of gutter snipes. They should thank their lucky stars I was in a good mood.
I keep telling Jim to stop with that town greeter malarkey, but that boy's got a head harder than granite. I've been too soft. I ought to throw him in lockup until he gets his head on straight.
Trust me, that'll only make things worse. Besides, I don't think they've yet written a statute outlawing vexatiousness.
You've a forgiving nature, Miss Legere. Anyhow, welcome to Rosewater. If you run into any more trouble, come and see me.
I think we'll come back here. Because there's a bunch of choice options for this game.
End of the line. Until they connect it up from the coast, anyway.
Now let's go this way.
Can't be a good sign when even the blacksmith goes out of business. No shoes for you, horsies. The local sawbones. This is where all the sharp knives and strong drugs will be kept. I hope that isn't the town water supply.
Yeah, I'm hoping not. Oh, where do you think you're going, lady?
This is the place.
Let's get in there then. No, okay.
Holy hell! Are you all right, mister? Okay, easy there. I'm going to fetch the sheriff. Hey, Sheriff Gamble.
Hello again, Miss Legere. Everything all right?
No, it is not. There's a man who needs help outside the Rosewater post.
Lead on, then.
Here he is, poor bastard.
I'll be needing to have some words with Joni. We need the dock. You wait here.
Oh, dear.
Look at his walk.
Hello? Can you hear me? I'm Dr. Sedgwick. I'm here to help you. Can you move your legs? Spine seems intact. No obvious fractures of the arms or legs. That, I would say, is nothing short of a miracle. Right. He's in a bad way, but he'll live. I'll get him back to my clinic and patch him up.
You know, the more I look at him, the more he strikes me as familiar. Isn't this the feller been stirring up troubles at the fort?
I couldn't say. I haven't seen him around before.
Tell you what, send him my way when you're done with him. We got this under control, Miss Legere. You can go about your business.
Glad to hear. Gentlemen.
Hello, can I help you with something?
Ooh, an old paper
I'm here
press.
about the writing commission.
Ah, yes, you must be Miss Legere. I believe you and Joni exchanged some correspondence on the matter already, yes?
Yep, got the letter right here.
May I see it, please?
Oh, yeah, I guess you want me to actually give you that, don't you?
Very good. Oh, one more thing. Joni's not one for formalities. First names will do.
Noted.
Go up those stairs and knock.
Thanks. What's your name?
Henry Dixon, ma'am. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
All right. No.
Excuse me?
How can I be of assistance?
What's to know about this town?
You picked a fine time to arrive, Miss Legere.
Why's that?
A few years back, you could hardly drive a wagon through the street. It was so full of folk coming and going. I'm sure you've noticed that's no longer the case.
So where did everyone go?
Wherever the Orem actually is would be my guess. There's still some prospectors hanging on, convinced they'll find something everyone else missed. I'm sure they'll all come to their senses eventually.
If they all go, where will that leave you?
Why, getting by, I imagine. Peaceful, quiet life. The railroad still brings some traffic. Folks on their way further west or shipping goods back east. Although not as many as before the transcontinental airship line opened up. Easier to sail clear over the country than ride the rails halfway. Suits me fine, though.
Been working here long, Mr. Dixon?
Oh, about 5 years. I was the first one Joni hired on shortly after launching the paper. Was a farmhand before that. Keeping books is much nicer than tending cow pens, let me tell you.
Anything I should know about the townsfolk?
Can't really help you there. I'm just a simple family man, and we keep to ourselves.
Exactly who was that gentleman just took a tumble out your second-story window?
I haven't a clue. Devil of a fella. Just busted in here and went straight for Joni's office. He wouldn't be put off, but insisted on speaking with the editor immediately. Said he intended to lodge a complaint. Suppose Joni didn't take too kindly to his manner of lodging.
Those are some mighty fine whiskers you've got.
Oh, why, thank you, Miss Legere. The missus tells me I ought to shave, but I'm fond of the look.
As you should be. I'll leave you to your work.
Appreciate it, ma'am.
Excuse me?
Don't
let me distract you, then. Excuse me?
I'd love to chat, Miss Legere, but I'm a bit occupied at the moment.
Don't let me... That cabinet's better organized than I'll ever be. Cozy. Impressive piece of machinery. They seem to be pretty active around here. I hope that means steady work.
Come in.
Hello, Joan. I'm Harley Legere.
Ah, yes. Nice to finally put a face to the name. Please take a load off. Whiskey?
Bit early for me, but thanks all the same.
Sensible. I like that. I, however, have had a morning, so if you don't mind. Say, have we met before? Something about you seems familiar.
I don't believe so, no.
Well, let's get down to the meat and potatoes, shall we? If you're going to join our little family here, I'd like to know more about you.
Me? Well, I was born and raised in New Britannia. Got out, made my way west, and started writing. I saw your ad while I was up in Pierre. Thought a change of scenery would do me good.
Well, admittedly, Rosewater isn't as cosmopolitan as it used to be, but maybe you'll find it to your liking.
Good pause. And then we're gonna see where we are after that is done. Wonder when we're gonna run into where we do the question. Very curious about that. There's a couple. Somebody needs to uncloud drains out. Green lethal water heater. Hmm. We'll be back after the ad. And then we'll let them finish their interview. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do like the multiple sections. We'll figure that. All right, welcome back, guys. No, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to go back on the game. The shit. No.
Hasn't been a dull moment since I stepped off the train.
Speaking of, your writing sample had me in stitches. Haven't spent much time in Lamplight City myself, but your descriptions of the toffs in Lyon, hilarious.
That piece was inspired by my last visit a few years ago, actually.
Oh? What brought that about?
I had to go back and settle my late brother's affairs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't in connection with that awful business at the Lamplight City Expo.
Oh, no, it was before that.
The Expo disaster was a national tragedy, of course. But you know, can't help remembering it as the week our paper sold more copies than it has before or since. Isn't that terrible? But enough about that. Let's get back to why we're here. I loved your sample, and I like you as well, Harley. So I'm going to go ahead and offer you a commission. I'll pay you 45 crowns for it. After that, we can talk about more regular opportunities.
Well, I'll be. So, what's my assignment? A scathing commentary on Rosewater's decline? Or maybe a hard-hitting expose on the plight of the marginalized criminal youth?
Oh, no. Nothing like that. I want you to interview Gentleman Jake Ackerman.
Who?
Pull the other one. You've been living under a rock. He's a true Western legend. The Achilles of our times. We've got a real opportunity here. A star like that landing in our little town. I'd like something in the vein of your sample. Acerbic and mordant. But maybe not quite so acerbic,
So, a puff piece.
Good, you're paying attention. I want you to make Rosewater look good too. Show me a real frontier hero in a real frontier town.
Where can I find this Jake fellow?
He's taking rooms at the Jack of Diamonds just down the road. And his show is opening today at the Opera House. So he should be around for an interview. I don't know how you're situated here, but you're welcome to use the typewriter in the office.
I only write longhand, but I'd certainly be grateful for a quiet place to work.
Longhand. How charming. Now, if you have any questions before you go, by all means, ask.
Any insight you can give me about the town?
It's a far cry from what it used to be. In a way, it's nice not having to hear the noise from the saloon at all hours, but... oh, I don't know. Folk who moved on took some of the charm with them.
I'm curious, how did the Rosewater Post get its start?
Well, my dad was a union man. He worked the printing press for the Allied Fall Creek Miners Cooperative. Pamphlets, labour news, that sort of thing. Then the mine owners brought the Blackburns in to bust the whole operation up. My dad was laid up for months and could never work again after. But we still had to eat, didn't we? I took all the equipment from the old shop and started printing up an early version of the Post just to bring a little money in. At first, it was all just community notices and advertisements from local stores. Over time, I got the hang of the whole journalism thing and turned it into a real newspaper.
What about the folks who stayed behind?
What about him?
I was
Hey,
hoping
bro.
for more details.
Far as you're concerned, the only person in Rosewater worth knowing right now is Jake Ackerman. If you're so keen to know about the rest, go meet him for yourself.
Down out here. Yeah, I saw he's actually still streaming. He just changed his name a little bit. Ocean. Yeah, I lost 2 more followers, but
The Rosewater Post reported on the Lamplight City Expo?
It was only the biggest story that year. I've still got copies of the article saved. Here, read it for yourself.
oh boy. Water Post, Wednesday, June 9th, 1847. Two coppers. These 2 pennies. Which, they're actually getting rid of change now. They're trying to get rid of change now. But historic horror. Oh. Prime Minister Hart Leroy wasted no time in condemning the Lamplight City Expo disaster. Hey, Gavintron, welcome in. Let me do this. As one Ocean Tunes _ Gaming, was that his?
I get the feeling you're not
'Cause that
taking me
one's
very
still stream-
seriously.
Oh my god, what, who?
I get the
What
feeling
is
you're
going
not
on?
taking me very seriously.
Gavitron, what did you do?
I get the feeling
Gavitron,
you're not
what are you
taking me
doing?
very seriously.
What are you doing, man?
I get the feeling you're not taking me very seriously.
Why?
I get the feeling
Why
you're
are
not
you
taking
doing
me
that,
very
man?
seriously. I get the feeling you're not taking me very
What are
seriously.
you doing? What are you doing?
I get the feeling you're not
Look,
taking
man.
me very seriously.
I
I
don't
get
know
the
what you're
feeling you're not
doing,
taking
but
me
I
very
appreciate it.
seriously.
You
I
got
get
like
the
some
feeling you're
sticky
not taking
fingers,
me
man.
very
You gotta
seriously.
wash them or something.
I get the feeling you're not taking me very
I
seriously.
appreciate it. How you doing? How's your streams going? How's the Pokemon? Oh, we appreciate you too. But dang, you like that's like how many subs was that, man? I even give you a sub. What the no, he bought a sub earlier. That's like level what how many subs was that? Cause that's level 3 train. Like at 76%. Like what the hell how many what 10. Okay, I was about to say. Like what is that? Man. That's good. Glad to hear. Are you able to buy a new game disc for that one that scratched, or what are you doing with that? Oh wait, what was I reading now? That Gavintron, came and distracted, me from reading. Jeez, man. You what gift man? No, you do not need to be gifting. Nobody needs to be gifting. It's okay. Just being here is just fine. What did I just say? I said being here is fine. See, if you got negative money, no. You already bought the hoodie and whatever else, man, that you bought from my shop. So no. You guys do not need to be buying. Whatever, like what you spent on that hoodie, which I don't, yeah, that storefront's still open. I don't know where. I don't even know the name of that storefront, actually. It's somewhere, though. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to be reading this. But I got distracted. Gift 1 sub per reward. Yes, but if you're broke, man, and you don't work, like, I know you guys like supporting, and you don't need to be broke at the same time doing it. Just supporting, just being here, just viewing is more than enough. I'm telling you. I don't say stuff just to hear myself talk. Yeah. Just being here. That's enough for me, guys. Views count too, you know. Views and watch hours count too. Yeah. But I got him 1-up. Gave with like 50. Gave with like 50. What do you mean gave like 50? Where am I reading? Exposure disaster and called on Parliament to impose a ban on research despite predictable opposition from the Atwood wing. MPs may be receptive to Leroy's proposal in the wake of disaster. A vote is expected to be called in the coming weeks. Orders of Clark's research insists that an isolated incident does not validate the potential benefits of technology, but public opinion may be tipping in favor of the ban. Where are we at? Which one did we get? Wait, that's not. What? That's total not. What are you talking about, man? What is talking about 350? Gilrow mine to close. The last Gilrow announced on Friday that his Urum mine would cease operations at the end of this month. Marks the third major mine closure in the past year, in addition to many. Oh, let's open that chest. Oh, oh my gosh, we got Balloon Doggy. We got Balloon Doggy. You don't need a one-up, you guys. You guys are weird. No one-upping is needed. Oh, I'm messing with the wrong window. Messing with the wrong windows. Oh no, what happened? Alright. Well, there's our hype train. Little balloon doggo. Yeah. Alright, where was I reading now? Now that I'm all confabulated. Where is this? Okay, third major close of the past year, addition to many smaller claims that have been consolidated and sold cheaply or abandoned, like every other prospector who hauled out here. I was hopeful after early results were so strong, but those deeper veins have failed to turn up, Mr. Gilroy. All sparkle and no show. Closure will deal yet another blow to Rosewater's fortunes, leaving over 40 men out of work. Yeah, mines were a big thing back then. Then we got Disaster at Lamplight City Expo. I know I was reading backwards. Bathworks. Yeah. And at the Global Exposition in New Bringtang, Kingsland was the site of a terrifying disaster that claimed 15 lives on Saturday during radiation research. Dr. Bennington Clark, a device known as Cystic Generation, malfunctioned and released a burst of energy into the audience, vaporizing 14 attendees and one stage assistant. An eyewitness described the scene for the New Bennington Gazette.
Can I keep this?
Oh
Frame it
gosh,
if you like.
no, I wasn't done. Darn it.
So, who was the man
I'll
that
read
went
it
out your
again.
window? Not another writer, I hope.
Oh, God, no. You're the only applicant we've had. Don't worry about him. Just a rabble-rouser with an axe to grind. Thought he could burst in here railing about my journalistic integrity. Most folks stick to writing letters to the editor. I tried to calm him down, but... well, it didn't go that way.
I see.
You come down right out the window.
I don't want to seem ungrateful, but couldn't I write about something else? My style's more observational than, talking to people. I don't know that that's really my strong suit.
We're talking, aren't we? If you want to write for this paper, you're simply going to have to stretch yourself beyond what you might be accustomed to. Besides, it's not as if you have to say anything particularly brilliant. Just get your subject talking and take notes. Finish this assignment, and maybe the next one will be more to your liking.
I'd best be on my way.
Right you are. Wait a minute.
What?
It's just come to me. I know why you look familiar. You're Spitfire Harley.
Goodness. It's been a long time since anyone called me that.
I saw you fighting back in 26 at Wellesley Hall in the Chum. You took out a brute twice your size with a right hook. Pow! It was like watching David bring down Goliath.
Oh,
I
she's a
appreciate
fighter?
the kind words, but that was another life.
Maybe so, but for a 14-year-old kid fresh off the boat, it was pretty damn inspirational.
Thanks, Joan. Appreciate it.
Of course. And please call me Joni.
Wow, she was a fighter?
Is this the first edition of the Rosewater Post?
Yep, March 30th, 1845. One of the best days of me life.
Is this...
Yep.
Hmm.
I hope fixing that window won't be too expensive.
I may just leave it for a while. I'm enjoying the breeze.
That's quite a stick.
A memento from my grandfather back in County Donegal. Comes in handy now and again.
It's probably what you used, huh? We'll read more of the paper in a minute.
Device.
Isn't it just? To think, I can send messages from here to Bright Bay with the press of a lever.
What will they think of next?
Telephones, probably.
Nice typewriter.
The first. Good old Sheldon Model 4.
A Sheldon Model 4.
Hey, that's Devil's Tooth. I passed it on the train right here.
Quite a sight, isn't it?
The New Britannia Gazette. Keeping tabs on the competition?
Hardly. I kept that issue because they mentioned my paper.
You support Leroy?
I'm a proud Labourite, sure. I'll admit he hasn't been my favourite
Hey,
PM.
welcome
But the way
in.
things were going with Atwood and the Traitors, this place would have been swallowed up by an automated newspaper conglomerate. Labour Party gets me vote any day of the week.
Fair enough.
Alright. I don't have to pause anything. Okay. Excuse me? It's going well. How are you doing? How you doing? We're doing alright here. Just, actually, let me look at my paper again now. Alright, where we were. 14. For the New and Gazette. This thing started up with a great crackling noise, starting with the ladies in attendance and the raising several cries of excitement. Instant, there was a blinding flash of light. After that was just screams and a horrible burning smell. From where I stood, I could see that a bunch of folks gathered to one side of the apparatus were just gone. All that was left were shoes and hats and things in a pile of ash. Worst thing was, their shadows were still there on the wall behind. Oh my, a controversial figure in the scientific community. Dr. Clark has championed novel theories on the existence of authenticity, a supposedly source of energy located in the upper atmosphere. Pavilion, an exhibit jointly sponsored by Clean Industry, Harmon and Grove. Eastern Consolidated Coal was intended to showcase the technology potentially before a global audience. Although public enthusiasts may be somewhat dampened following the events of last weekend, was taken in for questioning by authorities, but it remains to be seen whether he or any of his sponsors are legally responsible for the lives lost in the accident. Thank you for giving the follow. Much appreciated. So, not much to do here. That's pretty creepy. People explode and their shadows and shoes and stuff are still left. You almost... What battle? What battle?
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out
What
there.
battle were you doing, man? You broke your rib, almost broke your ribs in battle.
Spitfire Harley, writing for my paper. I don't that just beat all.
Yeah. See if we can talk to...
Excuse me?
I'd love to chat.
Don't let me...
Okay. We're done here, I guess. Alright, so we need to go to the saloon. Who are you trying to beat up now? Bro must beat somebody up or
Was
something?
your
I
meeting
don't know.
satisfactory,
I
ma'am?
don't know.
Quite so. Did you find any of those butterscotch sweets I asked for?
Ooh, butterscotch.
Afraid not. Only taffy and some peppermints.
Pity. This place seems to lack even the smallest of pleasures. Shall we?
Somebody beating him up? I don't know. The Undertaker?
Business seems slow today. Probably a good thing.
Oh, we don't want to go there yet. Or the
Shabby, but
saloon.
I've been to worse.
We want to go to the saloon.
Looks like it's been up for ages. Wonder if they ever caught the guy. Or maybe he retired from crime. Or died of old age.
Or they move on to a different locale.
Wonder if the whiskey here is any better than the rock gut back in Pierre. Horse pills? Is that pills for horses or pills made from horses? Or both?
Oh, horse pills. I hate horse pills. Ugh. No thank you. Horse-sized pills and I expect you to ingest that? No thank you.
Food delivery for the lazy. Now that is mighty tempting. Warning, watch the dang door. Signed, management. These seem to be for decoration more than anything else. These seem to be...
Oh, decoration. Let's save. I haven't saved in a second. We'll just save anyway. Yeah. No, I said save, man. Go away. No, it just opens and closes.
The local populace getting sloshed.
But why? Man, are you trying to stab yourself with your sword?
Scenes from the wild country. A night campfire, a wild horse, and a bear in the mountains. Sure would be something to see all that up close and personal. Except maybe the bear.
Let's not do that.
Scenes from the wild country. Sure would be...
Okay.
Scenes from... Sure would...
Whatever.
Someone's hunting trophy.
It's,
Excuse me, kid. I need to get upstairs.
I'm really sorry, miss, but Mr. Ackerman's not taking any more meetings right now.
I'm here on behalf of the Rosewater Post.
Did you make an appointment?
No, I just got the assignment.
Okay, look, Mr. Ackerman's upstairs getting ready for his show. It starts in less than an hour. Why don't you come by and watch? You can come meet him afterwards.
I just need to interview him for a newspaper article.
Well now, that's perfect. If you're going to write about it, you should definitely see the show. Trust me, he's a real dazzler.
Suppose it beats waiting around here. I bet that piano hasn't been tuned since the De Leon administration. She's making the best of it, though. The local populace getting sloshed. The local populace...
Gentleman Jake's show will be starting at the theater soon. You won't want to miss a second of it. Gentleman Jake's show...
Okay, whatever. Let's leave here then. Where is... Well, we can't go that way anymore. So, we can do a couple of ways. We can get Jim's watch back or knocking him out. Let's do this. Okay. And then we'll do the other autosave thing. Where is Jim? Gotta find Jim, I guess. Can't go that way, can we? No. It must be the other way. We want the theater. Because that's post office. Assume it's the saloon, I think. I could be wrong, so let's go this way. Use 8 E something.
For 20 coppers, it had better be one hell of a show. Betrayal, murder, revenge, classic stuff. Never works out that way in real life. Dr. Bennett Clark, Master of Ethericity. Oh, right, the
Ethericity.
Ethericity fellow. I didn't know he was working out here. Dr. Ben. Oh. You again?
Oh, hey, Harmony, was it?
Harley. What in the ether are you doing here?
Oh, you're not still sore about earlier.
Nah, but your little friend might think twice about hoodwinking strangers again.
Look, nothing personal. My brother and me are just doing our best to get by.
Your brother? And you just strolled away? I ought to knock you into a cocked hat.
Hey, you gotta look out for number one.
You picked the wrong mark, but I can let that go. Hell, with a little effort, you two could be halfway decent grifters. But if there's one thing turns my stomach, it's disloyalty. That's your flesh and blood. If you don't have your own brothers back, who else on this wretched earth is going to give a flip if you're alive or dead?
You made your point. Now can we drop it already? I'm trying to do an actual legitimate job here.
Legitimate job? So you're not selling snake oil or stock tips or fire insurance?
His stock
Nah,
tips.
nothing like that. I'm
Stock
selling
tips.
tickets to Gentleman Jake's legendary Wild West show. Only 20 coppers.
I'll take one of those tickets.
Swell! And when would you like to come see the show?
Whenever it starts?
Oh, you mean today? Oh, well, I'm afraid I gotta disappoint you there. Sold the last of today's tickets not 10 minutes before you walked up.
Seriously?
Seriously, this ain't exactly the Coliseum. It only fits so many, and folks around here are real excited to see Gentleman Jake in person.
All right, look. I don't need to see some yahoo firing off his pea shooter. I just want to talk to this Jake fellow.
And I'm sure Gentleman Jake would be happy to meet you if you had a ticket to get in. Course, I might be able to sneak you in quiet-like, but I'd be putting my job on the line, and I can't afford to lose it now. After all, I have my little brother to look after.
Just tell me what you want.
Only a small favor.
Spit it out.
Just help me retrieve something. A small item of great personal value. It's only my pa's pocket watch. Family heirloom, you see.
What happened to it?
It was stolen is what? By that one-eyed scalawag Lola Johnson. Probably stashed it away in the old smithy. She's been squatting in there for weeks now.
If this Lola stole from you, why not report it to the sheriff?
Oh, come on. I thought you was sharp. That lazy tyrant would cuff my brother and me soon as look at us. It's just the two of us. Me and him against the world. We got no one else to turn to. So, will you help us out?
Where'd your brother get to? Keeping out of trouble?
Matter of fact, he's trying to make good after that screw-up earlier. Decided he's gonna try and get Pa's watch back all by himself. He's real tore up over losing it.
And you're letting him risk his neck again? He'll be collared in no time. Like as not, you'll never see him again.
Oh, I know. I tried talking sense into him, but he's dead set on it. Wants to prove himself. But he'll be in real hot water if he gets caught, which he probably will. That's why I'm asking you to do it before he goes and does something stupid. I can tell you could pull it off. No problem.
That kid deserves better than getting strung up for doing your dirty work. Call him off. I'll handle it.
Swell. You know where to find me.
Hmm.
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
Wait here.
I look forward.
Alright, so we gotta go. Alright. We gotta head back to the doc's office. Where is the doc's office? I think maybe in here.
Oh, hello again, miss. I'm pleased to say your friend should make a full recovery.
Not
He's
my
not
friend.
my friend. He just fell out the window and almost crushed me.
I see. Well, it was good of you to inform Sheriff Gamble. Plenty of folks around here would have turned a blind eye. Anyways, welcome to my clinic, Mrs. Legere, was it?
That's right. Miss Harley Legere.
I'm Dr. Sedgwick. Pleased to properly make your acquaintance, Miss Legere.
Likewise. Mind if I have a look around?
Not at all.
Hmm.
What's in the pouch?
Oh, just some supplies for house calls and emergencies.
He's stealing stuff. He's stealing.
Pretty common-looking leather pouch. The stuff inside isn't of much use to me.
Hmm. I'm not breaking and entering, but I'm stealing stuff, so there ain't no way around it, I guess. Oh, no, we gotta wait here. Actually, let's, oh, not what I wanted to do. Maybe, oh, wait. Probably you guys don't have ads. Of course. Hmm. We're gonna do the getting the watch back bit first.
Welcome back, Miss Legere.
So, things always this thrilling around here?
I think you just caught us on an exciting day.
Well, lucky me.
Hmm.
Not a bad view. Those are some stern-looking ladies.
Look at everything in here.
Looks like a pretty rough sort. Reminder, confiscated items to be placed in the box below.
Hmm.
This fellow still at large?
Yep, but I reckon he's left the province.
Hmm.
Hey, Sheriff?
Yes, ma'am?
What's this photo of?
That's a view of Colchester, where I grew up. My folks still have a ranch there. Been meaning to pay 'em a visit. The winters were so cold, people's sentences would hang in the air for days. All things considered, I still do miss the place.
Oh crap. I didn't I was so interested in what he was telling me. I forgot this was a frickin'.
Hey, Sheriff?
Huh?
Who are the people in this photo?
Those are my sisters, Lord bless them. Sadie died a few months after this picture was taken. I'm grateful to have this to remind me of her smile.
Got him.
Yeah, they do. They have they buy people stuff.
Reminder,
Those scammer accounts do have that.
Hey, Sheriff?
What can I do you for?
Yeah, you don't want to get banned.
Just how long have you been the sheriff here anyway?
Oh, a couple years now. Like most everyone else, I came to Rosewater in '48 when we thought the hills were full of Orem. Except I stayed when it turned out they weren't.
You were a prospector?
Yep. But it turns out lawman was a more stable career.
A man in your position must have plenty to say about the town he serves.
Suppose that's true. But a stroll down Main will tell you most everything you need to know.
Anything of interest in the surrounding area?
Not really. The San Bernardo Valley
They
don't
more
offer
likely
much in the
bought
way of
those or faked
sightseeing.
those views.
There's an army
followers.
fort, Fort Beaumont, and an
Oh, gosh.
abandoned relic that used to be a laboratory. There's also an Indian village on the other side of the valley. But you'll want to steer clear. I've heard tell they can be real territorial. But all that's outside my jurisdiction. When you leave my town, you're taking your chances out there.
Can you tell me about Joan Gallagher?
Whew, I've yet to meet anyone with a more fiery temper. My advice is to stay on Joni's good side. You don't want to end up going out the window like that poor bastard.
Is Doc Sedgwick on the up and up, or is he one of those frontier quacks?
Oh no, Doc Sedgwick's tried and true. Well, he saved the town from a yellow fever epidemic just last year. The Doc's pretty much the glue holding this town together. Leastways, that's what he's fond of telling everybody.
What's the story with Gentleman Jake?
Which one? If even half of them are true, he's a lion among men, a real Western hero. But you can catch his show while he's in town and hear it straight from the source.
I saw a lady coming out of the saloon earlier. She was older, fancy looking, sounded old country. Any idea who that is?
Can't say it rings any bells. Wonder what someone like that would be doing in Rosewater.
Are you acquainted with Lola Johnson?
Not really. She mostly keeps to herself. As long as she don't cause trouble, I'm willing to overlook the squatting.
Thanks for the chat, Sheriff.
Come back anytime.
So, let's go over here. So we wanna look at this.
Looks sturdy, but there's some rot creeping around the handles.
Alright. So we want to look at our book. You can look at some stuff. Doesn't that lack for liveliness? I was at the point presenting myself at the office of Rosewater Post when I was nearly flattened by a new Spanish fellow. Being hurled out the second-story window onto the street below, not knowing the man for victim or villain. I fetched the sheriff to sort it out. I can hardly believe I went running to the law. At first, lick trouble. A devil, I know yet. Not here. The Trader turned out to be none other than my prospective employer, Editor-in-Chief Jonah Gallagher. Takes no guff, stands on no formalities. Asked to be called Joanna. Seems the man was some disgruntled reader taking issue with the latest issue, and it issued him out the window. Interview then proceeded as though nothing was amiss, and no hot breeze could be felt gusting through the jagged glass. I gave a brief account of myself, but it seems my writing sample itself was credit enough. I found Joanna a very amiable fellow. That about anyone who gushes over my scribblings and offers me good pay and work, and instead of a whole new kind of life, could have knocked me down with a feather when Joanna pointed at me right straight in my soul and called me a name I haven't heard in a long time, Spitfire Harley. Must have been 15 years since I boxed under that hooker back in the chum, but believe it or not, Joanna was there to see it, and moreover, remembered me. I suppose I made an impression somehow, and not only in some poor bastard's face with my fist. I got what I came here for. The arrangement is not yet permanent, but I have my first assignment. I'm to conduct an interview with an entertainer called Gentleman Jake Ackerman. Foreign locally and write an article showing him and the town in a flattering light. A puff piece, to put in plain, at the Opera House, and he is to be found in the Jack of Diamonds saloon. Though this town is small enough, I could like it as not stand in the crossroads and yell, Jack. They can find him in earshot no matter his address. Exactly the literary endeavors I envisioned, but is an actual job for an actual money, so I will swallow my pride, lick my pen, puff for all my worth, which is about 45 crowns, it would seem. Besides, his brother, the jelly-fingered baby, was no random tag-along, but Jim's brother, his own blood, and Cretan just stitched him the instant things got dicey. A level of meaningless even I can't comprehend. You have to look out for your little brother. You keep him safe, whatever it takes. Somehow I have stooped to the level of errand runner for this moral bustral of a person. Since our last encounter, he has undergone a rapid career from town greeter to ticket taker. Now commands access to the one place I crave entry, Opera House. Our gentleman Jake is soon to delight a sold-out audience, number I am determined to join. For Miss Fenton's, I have reluctantly agreed to undertake a matter of light burglary on Jim's behalf. Forces me to recover from one-eyed scallywag Lola Johnson, evidently a drifter or transient of some persuasion. A stolen pocket watch once belongs to the boy's father, secreted somewhere in the abandoned smithy she's occupying. Let it slip that if I refuse the deed, the little brother would attempt it himself, in hopes of making a good his earlier blunder. Cockmanian notion that it would surely land the hapless child in the clink, or worse. Such that I am, I caved if only for the boy's sake. But we need, the lockpicking. Okay, to start the fun, then take the snake for a long, long run. I think we need 2. We need to open...
This should be easy to pick. Just have to remember that rhyme I taught Bill. Good thing I wrote it down in my journal.
What was it? Wiggle the key to start the fun, then take snake for a long, long run?
A hook pick, good for locks with smaller pins. A snake pick, best type for getting the job done quickly. A diamond pick.
Okay, so I need this. Give me this.
I should have this open in no time. It's just like the rhyme. Learned it by heart as a tyke and scribbled it down for posterity.
Was it? Start the fun, then take the snake for a long, long run? I don't know what that means. What's this one?
The tension key. Don't pick locks without it.
Oh, okay, I need that. I do not know. Oh, okay. Uh, huh?
Well, I'll be.
Oh, okay, I had to do that. Hmm.
Did the blacksmith dabble as a Wainwright? Are these lucky horseshoes? If so, they didn't work.
Hmm.
The mirror's broken. Wonder who caught the bad luck. Scrap metal. Must not be valuable or it'd be salvaged by now.
Hmm. Oh.
That could be a good spot to stash something. Emptier than that fool Jem's head. No watch, just old ash. Just worthless trinkets. Empty. Nothing here.
Hmm.
Did the
Oh.
black...
Yeah, maybe. Hmm. Not there. Maybe here?
Well now, what have we here? Got what I came for. Best not to stick around.
Hey, Click! Welcome in! Hmm. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna use lockpicks. Okay, we're gonna go give him his lock. Or his, Oh, it's like, who the heck's chasing me? You're welcome. Yeah. Oh, look at this, actually.
Fancy. Too bad there doesn't seem to be a pawn shop in town.
Alright, let's give him his watch back.
Here's your watch back.
No fooling. You actually got it?
They didn't used to call me Housebreaker Harley for nothing.
Hey, I'm impressed.
Anyways, that's my part of the bargain held up. You gonna let me in now?
Sure, go on. Oh, and thanks. I know we've had our tiffs, but I really do appreciate you getting this for me. My dear departed pa can rest easy again knowing his watch is back where it belongs.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your watch at all, is it?
Well, it is now.
Kid, if I were you, I'd make myself scarce. Otherwise, the only way you'll be able to tell the time on that thing is by squatting over a mirror. You get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, are you ready for some thrills?
Oh boy.
Are you ready for some excitement?
Yes.
Are you ready for some fun?
That we are.
Then without further ado, now present the star of our show. The last man standing at the Bleachbone Gulch Showdown. The only man to defeat bastard Billy Boakes in a duel. The man who discovered a gentleman, then gifted it to an orphanage. Gentleman Jake Ackerman!
Yahoo!
Oh my gosh. Did you use the lock or did you smash the lock?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gentleman Jake's Wild West. We got a heck of a performance for you today, but first, allow me to introduce my brave and loyal assistant, Danny Lowe.
Okay, that's why she showed
Now
up.
let's get this show on the road. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you rope a steer.
That's not a steer though.
Keep it going, Danny. Maybe you'll lasso yourself one someday.
You couldn't rope a steer if it invited itself in for dinner.
The sun beat down upon them as the duelists stood and stared. But Billy Boakes had never fought somebody so prepared. Jake drew his gun, and bang! The bastard crashed down with a thud. The
Now there's
legendary
multiple
foe lay dead.
ways to do things, so I'm gonna go
In
back and
the
do the
mud.
other multiple ways.
And now for a most challenging proposition, perhaps the greatest feat of marksmanship to which a man can set his sights. You see those 5 juggling balls that Charlie keeps whirling aloft in such a dizzying display? Ladies and gentlemen, fix your eyes on that green ball in particular, and do not dare blink.
Oh
For
gosh.
with but a single bullet, I will pluck it from the very air.
Oh my gosh. I would be like, no, don't freaking shoot me.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh my gosh.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. Thank y'all so much. You've been a truly magnanimous, magnificent, and majestic audience.
And you can take home a piece of the legend. Come on down to the Check of Diamonds to get an autograph or a souvenir ferrotype. We'll be there until last call. Stop by and shake hands with Gentleman Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
That's pretty cool. Oh, we're going to call this. Actually, we gotta save. Go away. Okay, we're gonna save that. We're going to, can I load? No! Oh my gosh, no, 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 what? Yeah. When did I do this? Oh, good. Okay. Alright. I gotta not make sure not to save on autosave. I have that bad habit. I saved over
again?
autosave.
Oh!
Harley. What in the e-
Oh, you're not.
Nah. But you're a little.
Look, my brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Your brother? I ought.
Hey, you.
You picked hell with a. But if there's one thing turns my stomach, it's that's your. If you don't have your own, who else on.
You made your. Now, can we.
Legit. So you're.
Nah, no, I'm selling only
I'll take one of the.
Sweat. Oh, well, sold the.
Sear.
This ain't it. And folks.
All right. I don't.
And I'm. If you
How
had.
do I beat him up this time, though?
Of course, but I'd be. And I. After all.
Just tell me.
Only a.
Spit it.
Just. It's only.
What happened?
It was probably.
You expect a favor after that crap you pulled?
Hey, I thought we moved past that.
Think again. Let me in, or you're going to be sorry.
Oh, come on. It's really not a big deal. It'll take you 2 seconds.
Not interested.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, are you ready for some thrills?
Yeah, well, we already did this.
Are you ready for some...
No. Alright. And then we'll go,
excitement? Are you ready for some fun?
Woohoo! Yeah!
Without further ado, now present the star of our show, the last man standing at the Bleachbone Gulch Showdown. The only man to defeat bastard Billy Boakes in a duel. The man who discovered a
I'm not gonna show the same.
gentleman,
It's probably gonna
then
show the
gifted
same
it
thing.
to an orphanage. Gentleman Jake Ackerman.
So the one do where we use the to run into Lola. Now you just gonna show me the same crap? Guess it's not that long. That's really cool though. How they engineered that.
Charlie, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gentleman Jake's Wild West. We got a heck of a performance for you today, but first, allow me to introduce my brave and loyal assistant, Danny Luo. Now let's get this show on the road.
So we're gonna go. Say we're gonna attempt to get him to watch back. I don't know how that part goes, but.
Keep it going, Danny. Maybe you'll lasso yourself one someday.
Woo-wee!
The sun beat down upon them as the duelists stood and stared. But Billy Boakes had never fought.
Redemption Arthur's voice, actor, voice gem, and really, that's awesome.
And bang! The bastard crashed down with a thud. The legendary foe lay dead, defeated, in the mud.
I'm gonna stay quiet on that one, because he didn't go down, like, really. Now this was impressive, though.
Most challenging proposition, perhaps the greatest feat of marksmanship to which
I don't
a
think I
man
have
can set his
Red Dead
sights.
2.
You see those
But that
5
one,
juggling balls
I don't
that
know.
Charlie
Those
keeps
got a lot
whirling
of,
aloft in such a dizzying display? Ladies and
main
gentlemen,
words in that one, I
fix
think.
your eyes on that green ball in particular, and do not dare blink.
I don't know, I don't feel
For with
comfortable
but a
with
single
some
bullet,
games that...
I will pluck it from the very air.
I don't know.
Yeah! Amazing!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. Thank you all so much. You've been a truly magnanimous, magnificent, and majestic audience.
And you can take home a piece of the legend.
So you get to take a
Come
piece
on
of him
down
home?
to the
Well,
Check of
jeez.
Diamonds to get an autograph or a souvenir ferrotype. We'll be there until last call. Stop by and shake hands with Gentleman Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jake.
good night.
Yeah, good night. Yay. What? Now we're gonna go reverse back, because...
Miss Legere, we meet again.
What's the problem?
Well, this young man tells me you're responsible for the condition of his brother over there. Now, I know this ain't your first run-in with the boy, but I can't stand by while folks take the law into their own fists, as it were.
Does this mean I'm under arrest?
Afraid so. Come with me to the station, if you wouldn't mind. 2 assaults in one day. Is it a full moon or something?
All right.
As if you wouldn't have done the same in my shoes.
Jim can be a handful. Frankly, it's about time somebody put him in his place. But that's all I'll say on the matter. Do keep your hands to yourselves in there, ladies.
Roughed up Jem, did you?
I did. Who'd you rough up?
Some little punk I caught trying to break into my place.
Let me guess. Scrawny runt? Face like a leaky pump handle?
If your well water runs red sometimes.
My warning clearly didn't do a lick of good. Maybe you managed to teach him something.
Oh, I barely touched the boy. Pity the sheriff here didn't see it that way.
Seems that between the two of us, we've taken down the whole local ragamuffin syndicate.
I don't know.
I'm Harley Legere.
Lola Johnson.
Well, how serendipitous. Jem wanted me to get his pocket watch back from you.
His watch, huh?
Yeah, I had a feeling he was trying to pull something.
Seems like everybody in this damn town is. I'm making tracks soon as they let me out of here.
Afternoon, Sheriff Gamble.
Mr. Ackerman, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I heard you got the lady who was raising Cain at my show.
That's right, in the cell there. The one with both her eyes.
Might I have a word with the prisoner?
Go on, then.
Miss Legere, I presume?
Uh-huh.
Way that kid told it, I was expecting you to be at least a foot taller.
You're a lot shorter up close, too.
Hey now, no need to be rude. I was merely hoping you'd indulge my curiosity. In all the time I've been performing, I've never seen somebody so hell-bent on a seat they knocked out the ticket taker. So, what compelled you to do it?
That little twerp's been a thorn in my side since the moment I set foot in town. I'd had it up to here with his antics, so I let him have it.
I see. Not one to suffer fools, are you?
Not if I can help it.
An admirable quality.
Now that I've answered your question, would you answer a few of mine?
Ah, right. Danny mentioned you'd been asking after me at the saloon. You a reporter for the local paper?
Provisionally. I've been assigned to interview you.
Well, this is hardly the place for it.
Afraid I haven't got much choice about the venue.
Let's fix that, shall we? Gamble, how much for this fine lady's bail?
Oh, let's say, 10 crowns?
Danny, pay the man.
Here you are, sir.
Appreciate it, son.
Now then, won't you join me in my room at the Jack of Diamonds?
Lead on.
Miss Legere, permit me to introduce my associate, Danny Luo.
We've met, actually. Not formally, I suppose. Nice to properly make your acquaintance.
He's like a stutter.
Likewise, Mr. Lord.
Or bears,
please,
or
you can
like
call me Danny.
shy or whatever.
Everybody does.
So what did you think of the show? Pretty spectacular, huh?
Yes, that's definitely the word for it.
I'm glad you think so. Shall we proceed with the interview?
Right. Is there anything that frightens the mighty gentleman, Jake?
You know, somebody once told me, fear is only as deep as the mind allows. When you deal with the type of folks out on the frontier that I do, marauders, bandits, desperados, your fears have got to be shallow. Otherwise, you won't last 2 seconds.
What's something nobody knows about you? Give me something juicy.
I'm something of an open book, Miss Legere. Keeping secrets ain't really my modus operandi.
Come on, everyone's got secrets.
Oh, I think you'll find I'm not like most folk.
You're clearly a man of great deeds. Which would you say has been your greatest?
I value all my accomplishments equally, Miss Legere. To single any one out would diminish the others. I couldn't bring myself to do that.
What a noble sentiment.
I like to think so.
So what do you do when you're not gunslinging or adventuring?
Well, you were at the show. You saw it firsthand.
Right, but what about hobbies? Pastimes?
Well, I ain't the type to sit around reading novels, if that's what you're getting at. I'm a man of action.
Hey, Jake, don't you have an appointment with Miss Sally this evening?
Damn, you're right. Sorry to cut things short, Miss Legere. I've got another engagement I need to prepare for.
I should have plenty for my article. I appreciate your time.
Well, I look forward to reading your story in the next edition. Danny, see the lady out, would you?
Thanks again for bailing me out, Danny. Guess I'll see you around. Not to worry, gents. Jake's all yours. Hey, you were in the show. Nice juggling.
Thank you, ma'am. Jake, get your ass out here right now, you four-flusher.
Now, what's all the ruckus?
Don't play the fool with me, Ackerman. You know damn well why I'm here. You might think you can give me the runaround, but I wonder if my friends here won't convince you to pay up.
Charlie. Didn't anybody ever tell you only cowards get others to solve their problems for them?
You slum-guzzling bastard. I'm gonna fix that wobbling jaw of yours.
Come on up here, then.
Are you sure you won't reconsider, Charlie?
Shut the hell up and get out of my way. McGuire, take care of the kid. Let's dance, cowboy.
I suggest you clear out while you can, little lady. This can get ugly.
From where I'm standing, it's pretty damn ugly already. Hey!
So that's how you want it, huh? Fine. I'll let the boss deal with you when he's done.
Let's get this over with.
Give him a new face. Ooh-wee.
Huh. Bollingworth Ale. Didn't know they got that out here.
Hey! Don't start any trouble, lady.
I
Oopsie
didn't.
daisy.
Hey, nice one.
Not the most honorable way of winning a fight, but these boys were hardly playing fair.
Hey, Charlie, looks like your guys weren't as tough as you hoped.
Boom.
Whoo-wee! That got the old blood pumping.
You've got some interesting associates, Mr. Ackerman. If you'll excuse me, I have an article to write.
Hang on just a minute. I'd be a fool to just let you walk away after that
Yeah.
performance.
I mean,
Come
she
on
ain't
back up here.
apparently
I've
what.
got a business proposition that may interest you.
What
You're
about
gonna
Miss
call her?
Sally?
Oh, she can wait.
Oh, she can wait.
All right, Miss Legere, I won't beat around the bush. Danny and I are looking to get some folks together for a job, and I think you'd make a damn fine addition to the team.
What sort of job?
Ever hear of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Of course. The etheric researcher. What about him?
Dr. Clark moved out here not long after the big disaster back in Lamplight City. He kept up his research, even did some demonstrations at the Opera House. Till one day, he just up and
Yeah,
vanished.
they have really good southern
Nobody's
accents.
seen hide nor hair of him in nearly a year.
Yeah.
Okay, so get to the point already.
We're going in search of Dr. Clark's fortune.
Come again?
The feller was loaded. Somehow he managed to talk a bunch of big money investors from back east into financing his research. All those gizmos and doodads don't come cheap, you know? We find his stash, we'll all be rolling in it for years to come.
Stash? What stash? Surely it's all just numbers on a ledger somewhere.
Nope. I'm telling you, he kept his assets in cold, hard cash.
So you're looking to rob a man blind just because nobody knows where he is?
Now, nothing so uncouth as that. Picture this, a swashbuckling pirate captain, his vessel freighted with treasure. The vast fleets of law and order circling him, closing in. He digs a hole in the sands of some sun-kissed tropical beach to conceal his ill-gotten loot and makes himself scarce. Circumstance conspires to deprive him of the opportunity to return. Now, he's the brave treasure hunter who seeks and unearths the bounty guilty of robbery? Or is he just returning to the world what would otherwise lie forgotten and worthless? See, we're not after Clark's personal wealth. The money in question was meant to bankroll his etheric research. Since that's been outlawed, he can't touch it. And it's a drop in the ocean for the investors. They'll never miss it.
How many folks are you planning on bringing into this?
That depends on what we find. But I promise you, we'll all get a fair split, enough to make it all worthwhile.
What's your plan?
Clark had a lab nearby, a couple miles outside of town. Last place anybody saw him. We poke around there, retrace his steps, and it should lead us straight to the loot.
Uh-huh.
Now, call me crazy, but I get the impression you're not entirely convinced.
Why on earth would you think that? Couple of folks I don't know from Adam asked me to help them hunt for some money that probably doesn't even exist. How could I not be convinced?
I admit we're asking you to put a lot of faith in us. Hell, I'd probably be just as incredulous were I in your position.
Mr. Ackerman's a good man, Miss Leger. He's never led me astray in all the time I've known him.
I appreciate it, Danny, but I think Miss Leger's gonna need a little more than just your word. Look, I've known quite a few moneyed folk in my time. They all got one thing in common. You know what that is?
I don't. Please, enlighten me.
They're good at keeping their money safe. Clark's cash is out there. I just know it. As far as your safety, you just took out a couple of brutes twice our size. It's plain to see you can take care of yourself.
I'm pretty good with my pistols, and Mr. Ackerman can talk his way out of anything. But we could use somebody who's good in a fight.
Besides, stick around old Jake long enough and you'll have enough material to write a whole book. Forget a measly little write-up in the local rag. I'm offering you a front row seat to a much better show. So, what do you say?
All right, Mr. Ackerman. I'm in. At the very least, this venture should make for an interesting tale.
I'm pleased to hear you say that.
You won't regret this, Mr.
I mean, a
Leger.
book could probably
Set
be
out for the
more
lab
than
at daybreak. And
the
please,
newspaper.
Call me Jake.
Dr. Clark's laboratory is a short hike from Rosewater. After getting run out of Lamplight City, this is where he went to ground. A secluded desert facility where he could get up to who knows what. Jake, Danny, and I head there at first light to see what secrets he left behind.
Quite a sight, ain't it?
I'll say. What the hell was Clark doing out here?
That's a question for minds greater than ours, Miss Legere.
Alright, so we are now here. So we did that.
Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
I've got some more questions about you.
I'm always happy to answer.
Just how did you come to learn about Clark's money?
Not long ago, I got to talking with a feller at the saloon. The whiskey had loosened his lips, and he blabbed all about the success of his Aurum claim. But then he told me about how he'd invested most of that Aurum in Clark's research, and how he wasn't the only one.
And you're certain these investors won't be wanting their money back?
Can't speak for the rest, but this feller won't. See, his aforementioned loose lips got him into trouble with some other folk. Poor bastard was shot dead in the street.
I see. Would you care to recount some of your previous adventures?
I'd love to, but I'm afraid now just ain't the time. Soon as we have a respite, I'll be glad to regale you.
I'm impressed, Miss Legere. Never thought I'd live to see the day Jake refused to tell his story.
How'd you and Danny get together?
I was packing up after a run of shows in Quick Point, having a hard time of it. You see, my assistant had up and left a few days prior, so I was flying solo.
Your assistant left? Why?
The showman's life ain't for everybody. I don't fault him for it. Anyhow, Danny comes up and offers to help with the crates. You should have seen him. Eyes wide, hands shaking, downright charming. So Danny gives me a hand and we get to talking. Turns out he's got experience roping and shooting. He even gave me a demonstration. I offered him the job as my assistant on the spot. The rest, as they say, is history.
Enough jabber. Let's push on. Hey, Danny?
Ma'am?
I want to know something about you, Danny.
Okay. Like what?
Have you got any family?
Sure. My parents and older brother live on the coast, near El Presidio. I write them every month. I haven't seen them in a dog's age, though. But Jake's been like family to me, really.
Just how old are you, anyway?
I'll be 21 this winter, but I can handle myself just fine if that's what you're worried about.
True enough. Danny's more experienced than some folk twice his age. You'd be a fool to underestimate him.
Oh yeah, saw that.
You and Jake known each other long?
Gosh, that's a good question. I guess it's been about 2 years?
Sounds about right.
Time goes by quick when you travel around as much as we do.
What did you do before becoming Jake's assistant?
Oh, nothing glamorous. I was a stable hand in Quick Point. Life with Gentleman Jake is certainly more... lively.
Fun.
Interesting, I guess you could say.
Guess it shouldn't come as a surprise that the front door is not wide open for us.
I'll have to figure out what's coming next.
That's a serious-looking lock.
When this is done, of
So,
course.
how are we supposed to get in?
Maybe we could find something to smash the door in, like a battering ram.
That's a possibility. My old pal Captain Stokes is stationed nearby at Fort Beaumont. He owes me a favor, or two.
Maybe he could give us some high-powered equipment to get inside.
You read my mind, Danny boy. Wouldn't do any harm to take a look around out here first, though.
Wonder if Dr. Clark boarded these up himself. Wonder if...
Right?
The good doctor was pretty self-sufficient out here. Must take ages for any correspondence to get out here.
Probably beats having to hike into town, though.
Looks like Clark missed his last mail delivery.
See what we got here.
Seems to be from another scientist.
February 12th, 1850. Dr. Clark, I hope this letter finds you well. Upon hearing news of the reactionary and ignorant ban our leaders have seen fit to impose, my thoughts went to you and your thankless labors in the wilderness. When they hounded you out after the expo, and I wouldn't be surprised if Leroy's cronies sabotaged your display to discredit you, you were undaunted. After enduring such a trying year, I know how much building that lab out there meant to you. A turning point in your fortunes, or so it seemed. Yet I am sure you will persevere once more. One day when rationality again prevails in the halls of government and this silly thing is lifted, I hope to take you up on your offer of a tour. If you've returned to the bosom of civilization by then, all the better. With warm regards, Dr. Roderick Nethersoul. P.S. How you managed to rig a TT-180 console to control both your equipment and door mechanisms still baffles me. Mine is destined for the scrapyard.
Dr. Clark really liked his sarsaparilla. There must be at least 30 empty bottles in these crates.
I once drank 10 bottles of sarsaparilla for a bet.
Did you win?
Well, yes, and no.
Doing some tidying, are we?
We might find some use for these. Come help me. I can't carry them all myself.
Hey, I ain't gonna start belly aching if you want to go around collecting refuse. Might fetch us a few shillings if we sell them back at the Jack of Diamonds.
I don't know, what is a sarsaparilla?
There you go. And some for you.
Thanks.
Dr. Clark really liked his sarsaparilla.
Look that up.
Locked up tight.
Whoever closed this place up really didn't want anybody getting in.
This is one of the sturdiest locks I've ever seen.
I think we're gonna need to get creative. The fort stockpile might have something that could help.
Locked up.
Whoever
Hey, Dan.
Ma'am?
Got any of your own ideas on how we might get into the lab?
Well, I think Jake has the right idea. We should ask for help at the fort.
We should get a move on. Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
Have you had any new ideas for getting inside the lab?
Not a one, unfortunately. I believe asking at the fort is our best hope.
Enough jabber. Let's push on.
Alright, what is sarsaparilla? Oh, it's a soft drink usually made from the vine Smilax. Other species of Smilax, such as Smilax officinalis, most Southeast Asian countries. It's similar to the flavor in root beer. Oh, it's the roots of the tree that they use in root beer. So it's just root beer. But it's used from the roots from a root beer tree, whatever. It's weird.
What are you doing? This is no place for sightseers.
What in the ether are you talking about?
Such disrespect. You toy with forces you do not understand.
The lady asked you a question, sir.
Heed my warning. Stay away from this place. Its mysteries are not for you.
Hey, wait!
You forgot your hat, sir. Yeah, you
You
run.
forgot your hat?
What was that all about?
Good
He's one
question.
of those doomsdayer guys. Oh, is that a tinfoil hat?
Tinfoil. Why was that man wearing it as a hat?
Hear it?
This isn't really my style.
Okay, get out of here.
No sign of that odd bearded fellow. I wonder where he scampered off to.
I reckon we got ourselves bigger fish to fry right now, Miss Leger.
Alright, I guess this is the fort, so let's go take a look. Yeah, I just wanted to see if she'd wear it.
Hey, look, a show!
What a racket.
She's pretty good, though.
Híjole!
Híjole.
Anda!
Anda?
Caramba!
Nobody in sight, but I'm sure there are guards somewhere. Hey, anybody in there?
What is it?
We'd like to come in, please.
More unannounced visitors? Must be my lucky day. What country exiled you?
None. We just want to speak with Captain Stokes.
Afraid he's indisposed.
Why don't you tell Stokes that Jake Ackerman needs a word?
Gentleman Jake?
At your service.
We're not in the market for entertainment. It's like I said. Oh, dad blasted. Would you knock it off with the shooting already? I can't hear myself think!
You call yourself a soldier when the sound of gunfire sets you quivering like a coward? Pathetic.
No, he's just annoyed with it.
Look, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Would you happen to know anything about the lab just over that way?
No, and quite frankly, I don't care to.
What do you all get up to in this place?
I'm really not at liberty to say, ma'am.
I wouldn't be asking to see Captain Stokes if it wasn't important.
I opened the gate for the last person who said that to me today. And what did I get as a reward? His 2 cronies raising hell for the past hour. No, ma'am, not again.
Carry on, soldier.
Right.
Okay, we gotta...
Vaya.
Okay, you guys gotta stop. Really, that's loud.
Excuse me? I said, excuse me. Hey!
Caramba, you made me miss. What do you want?
Punch both of the shooters.
Do you know anything about the laboratory just over yonder?
That abandoned wreck is a laboratory?
It was at some point.
Clearly you know more about it than I do.
Who are you, and what are you doing out here?
I am Marisol de la Vega, Lieutenant General of the Constitutional Army of New Spain. My compadre is Corporal Eugenio Garcia.
Pleasure. I'm Harley Leger, and these are my associates Jake Ackerman and Danny Luo.
Good to meet you. In answer to your second question, Eugenio and I are practicing our shooting while we wait for our jefe to conclude his business.
Who did you say you were waiting for?
Our leader, General Filomeno Marquez. Surely you've heard of him.
Afraid not.
Híjole, it really is true. Vespuccians don't pay attention to anything unless it happens right in front of their faces. You do not know of the new Spanish Revolution?
Should I?
Ugh.
What about this revolution, then?
I do not have the time or the desire to explain the particular...
Alright. I'm gonna do something here real quick. We did that.
of our struggle to you. Pick up a non-imperialist periodical if you can find one, and you might learn something.
Say, do you think you could practice your shooting somewhere else?
Why?
The fort guard isn't happy about the noise.
Well, then maybe he should choose another profession.
You're pretty good, but I bet I can beat you at shooting.
I am the best shot in New Spain.
Care to prove it?
Gladly. But a large stationary target such as this is not suitable for a contest. If you wish to challenge me, find some moving targets.
Can we use these bottles as targets?
Indeed, we can. Very well. Prepare to be humiliated.
Say, Jake, could you give us a hand?
My pleasure.
How many bottles are there?
About 30.
Then we will each shoot at 5. Whoever breaks the most wins.
Sounds fair.
I am feeling generous this morning. Would you like the opportunity to practice first?
I would think,
Yes,
actually.
Very well.
Ready with those bottles, Jake?
Yep, get ready. Set. Incoming.
Damn it.
Shit.
Incoming.
Can
I'll
you
get
go?
the next one.
Bottle in the air.
I'll get
Man,
the
you're
next
so
one.
slow.
Bottle in the air.
And you're fast.
Your luck.
Bottle in the air.
I'll
Okay.
get the next one.
Let us hope you improve very quickly. All right, for real this time.
Ready, set, bottle in the air.
You missed.
Here we go.
Well, I'll be.
Here we go. Incoming.
I'll get the...
Incoming.
Damn it.
Oh my
My
gosh.
turn.
Incoming.
Anda.
Oh my gosh.
Incoming.
Anda.
Here we go.
Anda.
Bottle in the air.
Anda.
Here we go.
Damn. I win.
Okay.
Better luck next time, sweetheart.
Okay. We're gonna ask him to do slower.
Bye.
Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
You're good with your gun. What's the best way to hit a moving target?
Oh, well, I find concentration is key. Just visualize hitting the target and you won't go wrong.
How are we supposed to get into the fort?
Good question. I figured it'd be a breeze. The guard's ornery as a mama bear with a sore teat. We need to figure out how to get on his good side.
How about an encore of your juggling ball trick? Beat that lady at shooting, and we can get her to practice elsewhere.
I see. Not a bad plan, but I make it a point never to perform without a crowd. Ask Danny. He's a good shot, but a little practice couldn't hurt him.
Any idea who that odd fellow with the beard was?
Not a clue. Sure seemed a few cows short of a herd, didn't he?
I'll say. Let's hope he doesn't cause us any trouble. Enough jabber. Let's push on.
Alright, let me try again.
Hey!
You again.
I wasn't...
If remember, whoever hits, get on with it.
No need for name calling, madam. Ready, set, incoming.
Man,
You missed.
Here we go.
man, you're throwing too fast.
Incoming.
Nice shot.
Incoming.
I'll get the next one.
Here we go.
Why are you throwing too high,
My
man?
turn.
Bottle.
Whatever.
Anda.
Yeah, of course you're gonna hit that.
Incoming. Incoming. Here we
Yeah, you're gonna hit every one of them. Man, can
Nice
you...
try, but
Perhaps I can be of some assistance, Miss Leger.
Maybe you can, sir. Jeez.
Can we talk?
What's on?
How about you go easy on me with those bottles? They're awful fast.
Want me to give you the advantage, huh? All right. I'll slow my hand a bit for you. Let's just hope that little firebrand doesn't take notice.
Enough jabber. Let's push on.
Alright, after that, I'm gonna... Just whatever. This is achievement for this,
You
and we're
again.
just screw it.
Third time's the...
I'm beginning.
Alright.
Let's get this.
Ready, set, here we go.
Dude, you're still...
You missed.
Oh my
Incoming.
gosh.
Damn it!
No, you're
Here
doing
we
it too! Okay, whatever.
Here we
Damn,
What? What the...
damn it!
My
Oh
turn.
my... Whatever. I'm done.
That-
Here we go.
Anda.
I was getting it. Whatever.
Bottle in the air.
Dale.
Incoming.
Whatever.
Another.
They should let you practice at least
Didn't
enough.
even stand a chance.
Whatever. You know what? We're gonna ask Danny to do it. Danny, you're doing it.
Hey, Dan.
Ma'am?
Who do you suppose that odd bearded fellow was?
I don't know.
When he was
But I
throwing
hope we
it
don't run into
normal,
him
I
again.
could,
He gave me a strange
like
feeling.
hit it a little bit.
How can we get into the fort?
The guard seems upset about all
Why
the
didn't know you had
noise.
the door
Maybe
open?
he'll warm to us if we can figure out some way to take
Well,
care
I
of
didn't know
it.
you had the door open.
Shooting's clearly not my specialty. Think you can teach that show-off a lesson?
It'll be my pleasure. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
What do you want, boy?
I think I'd like to beat you at that bottle shooting.
Oh, this is gonna be good. All right, kid. Let's see what you got.
Why don't you go first? Show me how it's done.
My pleasure.
Ready, set, here we go.
Caramba!
Here we go.
Anda!
Here we go.
Take that!
Bottle in the air.
Caramba!
Incoming.
Anda! Let's see you beat that.
Ready, Danny boy?
Yep. Don't worry about the warnings. Just throw.
Shoot.
Don't believe this. Beaten by a chinito de mierda. Eugenio, vámonos de aquí.
Vámonos de aquí.
She's not a very good sport.
Never mind her. That was some fine shooting.
Yeah.
Sure was. You weren't kidding about being good with those pistols.
It was nothing. But thanks.
Nothing my butt.
Hey, guard!
What is it?
Sure is a nice, peaceful morning, isn't it?
What happened to those cacophonous varmints?
They took their business elsewhere. Now, would you be so kind as to let us in?
So long as you promise to keep it down.
Deal.
Well now, what have we here?
I appreciate your hospitality, Captain, but I must admit I am perplexed by the change in your position.
It's not my position, General Marquez. It's the position of the government of the Commonwealth of Vespuccia. I have some discretion in the execution of my orders, but I'm sure you can appreciate that there's a chain of command.
I am, of course, most grateful for the aid you have rendered in the past. I am sure that your recommendations carry weight with your superiors. If you would be willing to lend your influence in support of our cause.
Perhaps we can speak of this at another time, Mr. Marquez. As I said, I have other concerns to deal with.
Of course. I look forward to our next meeting.
Captain Stokes, you're a difficult man to see.
Ackerman, how the hell are you?
Leave this to me. I'll have Stokes eaten from the palm of my hand.
Good day, Captain. Madam? Just a moment. I have seen you before.
I'm surprised you saw much of anything after that tumble you had.
Ah, of course. The newspaper office. I am grateful for your assistance. Although, I would have preferred to keep the law out of it. That sheriff is too eager to question outsiders. What's your name, anyway?
Harley Leger. This is Danny Luo, and over there is Jake Ackerman.
Sir?
I am General Filomeno Marquez. Though Filomeno seems to be difficult for you Vespuccians, so you may call me Phil.
Phil it is. Good to meet you.
And you? What brings you to the fort?
We were in the area and thought we'd pay a visit.
A social call.
Jake seems to think Stokes can help us get into the abandoned lab that's near here.
And why might that old ruin interest you, eh?
We were thinking it might make a nice hotel. Just need to spruce it up a bit. Then we can charge folks for rustic desert stays.
A Vespuccian with a sense of humor. I suppose stranger things have happened. In any case, there may be something in there to interest me as well. In fact, I could get the laboratory open so we could both go in, if Stokes were not so stingy with his munitions.
How do you mean?
My specialty is demolitions and explosives. I just do not have any on hand right now. I thought perhaps the captain might once again be willing to assist a fellow warrior in a righteous cause, but...
It's like I told Mr. Marquez, my hands are tied. Much as I'd like to help, I've got enough to worry about with my men missing. In fact, I was just heading out to search, so if you'll excuse me.
Hold your horses, Captain. How about we come with? I'm sure you could use the extra eyes.
It's mighty kind of you, Ackerman. Can't promise it'll be safe, though. We'll be going near native territory.
Come on, Stokes. You forget who you're talking to? I laugh in the face of danger. We'll ride with you.
Your friend is quite the braggadocio, no?
That's Jake for you, as colorful as they come.
You're all in, then?
Apparently so.
I will accompany you as well.
Sorry, who are you?
Y'all can get acquainted on the trail. Let's get going. Sun's almost up. Appreciate y'all coming out with me. Strength in numbers and all that.
Our pleasure, Captain.
Exactly who is it you're looking for?
My first lieutenant, John Mulberry.
So when did your man go missing?
He left leading the patrol last evening and they never returned. I just hope the natives didn't get him. Things have been a bit tense of late.
What makes you believe the natives are behind Mulberry's disappearance?
Our patrol perimeter goes close to their village. Wouldn't be the first time we've come to blows over boundaries. They fall back once they see our superior firepower. Thankfully, they haven't got guns, but they've been getting mighty bold lately.
So you're saying they've gotten aggressive when you've gone near their land? Sounds to me like they're just defending themselves.
Miss Legere, with all due respect, you've no idea what you're talking about. We've already given these folks an inch, but they have taken a mile. The government's tried appeasing them with treaties and such, but those ain't worth the paper they're written on. You'd sooner reason with a coyote.
Well, I think... Ah!
Engines!
Engines. Oh, that's not good.
So far, we have been stymied in our efforts to search Clark's laboratory. Captain Stokes let out a search patrol, and he let all us supplicants tag along. But it wasn't enough to deter the native war party that ambushed us. Stokes slipped the trap laid for him, leaving us four to stand in his stead. Now we await intelligence of our captors and some sign of our fate.
Well, isn't this a fine turn of events?
That's my character thing. So we're now in the tribe. Yeah, I don't think that. No, we'll do new save. Okay, good. Well, that's what you get, I guess.
Must be for storage. Completely empty. Complete. Empty.
For now.
Empty. I suppose all of these were made here. Quite a collection.
It's corn.
Dried corn. At least we won't starve.
If that's all there is, starving might be preferable.
It's quite ornate. Brightens the place up, I suppose.
It is noble to find beauty in dark moments, but perhaps not so very useful.
Dried corn.
If that's...
Oh, walking back and forth, Danny. Danny, stop moving around so much.
Hey, Danny?
What is it?
Relax, Danny. It'll be okay.
You think so?
Sure. If these folks meant us any harm, they wouldn't have bothered capturing us.
I didn't think of it that way. I sure hope you're right.
You and Jake must have gotten into scrapes like this before, right?
Well, I have, yes. Although it was before I met Jake. But is this really the time for stories?
Fair enough. Perhaps another time. Were you able to see how Captain Stokes fared?
I lost sight of him when I got knocked off my horse. Sure hope he made it, though.
Got any thoughts on how we might get out of here?
They took my guns, so... No, really. You should ask Jake. He's the one with all the clever tricks.
Phil?
Eh?
Hey, chin up, Phil. It's not so bad in here.
Perhaps not. Compared to some places I have been imprisoned, this one is rather habitable.
So, this isn't the first time you've been locked up?
Certainly not.
Me neither. Matter of fact, this is my second time in as many days.
Really? What happened?
The sheriff in Rosewater arrested me for knocking out a little ruffian, but these two bailed me out.
Pity getting out of here won't be so simple.
Got any suggestions for how we might get out of here?
Not just yet. I want to see how things play out.
What do you mean?
Something about this does not feel right. We know very little of our captors. I cannot devise anything until that changes.
Did you see what became of Captain Stokes?
Yes, though I wish I had not. Pinche cobarde.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
He turned and ran. Took his men and abandoned us. To think I held him as a man of honor. Bastardo!
Bastardo?
Easy there, Phil.
Don't break their
Forgive
stuff.
me, but I cannot abide a deserter.
It takes a low sort to abandon someone who's counting on you. I'll just be over here. Did smashing that pot make you feel any better?
It did, yes. Please, not now.
Hey, Jake?
Miss Legere?
So, you planning on just sitting around all day?
For your information, Miss Legere, I'm trying to formulate an escape plan.
Could have fooled me. Surely a fellow of daring do like yourself has been in a predicament like this before?
More times than I can count.
How'd you manage to get free?
Well, you gotta understand, every situation's different. Easiest way's usually bribing a guard, but sometimes you gotta get creative. Well, it's one time But no, that wouldn't work here.
Why not?
'Cause I'd need a few things, and coming by them in here will be next to impossible.
If you've got a plan, it's at least worth trying.
I reckon you're right. Main thing I need is something pliable, like wax or soft wood. Then something sharp to shape it with, and finally some shiny material. Metallic looking would be best. Find me those things, and we might be in business.
Did you manage to see what became of Captain Stokes?
No, I was a mite preoccupied. Just as well. If I'd known he was running off, I'd have shown him a thing or two.
I'll leave you to your thoughts.
So we have the stuff he needs, actually.
This sharp enough for you?
It'll do, it'll do.
Hope this game has a good ending.
Will this work for what you need?
Shiny and metallic. Perfect.
this pliable enough for you?
This'll do nicely. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. You got everything.
Sure did. Now, will you tell me about this plan of yours?
I'm bluffing our way out of here. Give me a few minutes and you'll see what I mean. Voila.
Okay, you made a gun.
You carved a gun out of soap and wrapped it in tinfoil?
That's right.
It's certainly creative, I'll give you that.
Necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. Anyhow, soon as somebody comes in, I'll draw this and catch them off guard. You knock them out in the confusion, then we make our escape.
And you have confidence this will work?
These folk don't know firearms, they can't tell the difference.
But, what if...
Hello in there? I'm coming inside.
Well, ain't this fortuitous?
Greetings. I'm Nadine. I've come to...
Hands up!
Is that a fake gun?
Yes?
Don't mind my friend here. Nadine, was it?
Yes, Nadine Redbird.
Harley Leger. So just what is it you want from us?
The chief sent me to make sure none of you were hurt. She also wants to speak with whoever's in charge of your group.
That would be me.
All due respect, sir, but after that little trick you just pulled, you're out of the running.
I'll go then.
All right, come with me. I bring you Miss Harley Leger, representing the captives.
Thank you, Nadine. You may return and tend to the others.
I will.
Enter and be welcome. You may call me Chief Lutzi. I am responsible for the people of this village.
Pleasure's all mine.
You have violated the borders of the Autumn Nation, duly established by recognized treaty with your government. Miss Leger, why are you here?
We were only accompanying Captain Stokes on a patrol.
You serve Stokes. Curious, you do not dress like a soldier.
We have nothing to do with the fort.
Who are you then?
I'm a journalist for the Rosewater Post. My companions and I are researching Dr. Bennett Clark. We only came to Stokes to ask for help getting inside the abandoned laboratory on the other side of the valley. Thought maybe you could spare some dynamite or something. But first we had to ride with him to find First Lieutenant Mulberry and his missing men.
I see. What did he tell you of us?
Let's just say he didn't paint a very pretty picture.
Unsurprising. Do you share his opinion?
I have little to go on, but being taken prisoner isn't usually the start of a good friendship.
The Autumn mean you no harm, Miss Leger. However, for months, the fort soldiers have routinely violated our borders and harassed our people. Just last night, a band of them came, led by this man, Mulberry. They attacked us in our fields and set fire to our crops.
Were there any casualties among your people?
No deaths, although a number were burned or wounded in the fight. As for Mulberry, we captured him. He is under guard in one of our empty storehouses. Stokes has turned our village into a prison, and now he is recruiting civilians to come after us. I fear this will not end until everything we have has been turned to ash. But I cannot allow that. Something must be done.
We need to show Stokes that it's in his best interest to leave you in peace.
I agree, and I believe I know a way to do that, which will benefit us both.
I'm listening.
Our scouts have observed an army wagon making regular deliveries to the fort from Rosewater. It comes in the night, when few others are willing to travel, and always it arrives a day or two after the train stops in town.
Then that would be... tonight? I just arrived on the latest train into Rosewater.
Yes, exactly. I cannot know for sure, but I believe this wagon carries supplies, along with weapons and munitions. The soldiers use these to strengthen themselves, then come and deprive us of what little we have. If you and your people were to obtain them, it would be to our mutual benefit. We would have a means of defense, you would have the tools to enter this laboratory, and Stokes would be deprived of his armaments.
You're proposing we raid a military supply wagon? That sounds awfully risky.
Our peaceableness has bought us no safety. In doing nothing, we risk extermination at the hands of these men.
Tonight, then, huh?
Tonight, or not at all. The cover of darkness will be to your advantage. Our scouts have also noted that only 2 men guard the wagon.
Guess I'd better tell the others and get to planning.
You are welcome to rest here in the meantime.
Thank you, Chief Lutzi.
May the Earthmaker guide you.
Everyone in good shape?
Mr. Lua has some minor bruising, but your friends are otherwise healthy.
Good to know. Hey, fellas, come on out here. We got some business to discuss.
I take it your meeting with the chief went well?
It did. These are good people who can help us if we help them.
Help them? With what?
With Stokes and the fort. Turns out the reason Mulberry didn't come back is that he was taken prisoner while conducting an unprovoked raid on this village. A raid Stokes himself ordered.
What?
Army soldiers have been crossing into Otham territory and attacking them without justification.
It's true. I have treated many of the wounded myself.
Hijo de la... We cannot let this injustice stand.
That is troubling. But what can we do about it?
Chief Lutzi suggested we hit him where it hurts, the fort's supply chain. So we'll be carrying out our own raid on a delivery wagon.
And to think just yesterday you were having reservations about robbing folk. Reckon it's true what they say about the frontier changing people.
I don't know about you, but I don't feel too bad about lifting a little from the crown. It glitters enough already.
If the government is engaged in oppressing these people, you should be proud to resist.
Now listen up, because we've got some preparations to make. And the wagon will be coming through tonight, according to the chief. We can get the munitions Phil needs to get us into the lab, along with some weapons and supplies for the Otham.
Ah, the old 1-2 punch. I like it.
Only question is, what's the best approach?
I'm thinking we create a distraction. We get the wagon to stop, then you and I keep the driver occupied while Danny and Phil sneak the stuff out.
I prefer a more direct approach. You said the wagon was poorly guarded, eh? We have enough fighters to overpower them. When they see they are outmatched, we should be able to take what we need without firing a shot.
Wouldn't it be better to do this without drawing any attention? You could set up a roadblock, then sneak out what you need while they investigate.
All good plans. Have you got anything, Danny?
No, but I think we should be careful. Something like this could so easily go wrong.
So, what's it going to be?
Ooh. And I can't save at this point, can I? I mean, I guess I could go back and do the other thing. Yeah. I think we're gonna do the... I guess there's more than... I guess we'll do that one.
Let's go with Nadine's suggestion.
I do think it's best if none of us are seen committing this act of banditry.
Agreed. This is a stealth job. Nadine and I will search the wagon. You boys hang back and take whatever we unload. Well, we better get ready. Let's hope this goes off without a hitch.
That is a weird looking
What
wagon.
Tarnation? What's all this crap in the road? Oh, they don't pay me enough for this. Buford, get up here and help me.
We should hurry. I don't think we'll have long.
Just a bunch of uniforms. Help me with this, would you, Nadine? Jackpot. Here's some dynamite. And a good cache of firearms. These should serve the Otham well. There's also a letter.
What does it say?
It's a manifest. Hang on. Here's the combination for that safe.
Whatever you do, be quick.
I'll be damned.
What is it?
Bars of Aurum. Lots of them.
Odd. Why deliver these to the fort?
Good question. Too bad they're marked. We could have had a nice payday, but at least there's a bit of loose cash in here.
We haven't much time left.
Let's get this out of here. Nadine, help me unload this. Hey, did you see these crates over here?
What about them?
They're all marked Rosewater.
Isn't this delivery coming from Rosewater?
Yeah, that's very odd.
We should go. The guards won't be distracted forever.
Right. Let's get out of here.
You have come back to us. Did you obtain what you needed?
Yes, with this dynamite, getting into the lab will be quite easy.
Then I am glad the raid proved fruitful.
Chief Lutzi, I am curious. Now that you can arm your people, what is your plan?
I can certainly understand your curiosity, General Marquez.
You know me?
We are close enough to the new Spanish border to keep informed of current events. To answer your question, we will defend ourselves. Peace has not worked against those who wish to harm us, so we must answer them with force.
You strike me as a wise and capable leader, but allow me to offer one piece of advice. Do not underestimate your enemy. Nothing angers a tyrant like a show of resistance.
I appreciate it, General, but I believe we will overcome.
I truly hope you do.
We found something else. A safe filled with Aurum bars.
And you did not take any?
They were all marked. Traceable. We'd have no use for them.
Caramba. It is always something, isn't it?
The last thing we need is the Royals on us for stealing their Aurum.
The Royal Police? Nah, out here they'd send in the army. Or God forbid, the Blackburns.
The Union Busters?
Unions, heads, you name it.
The big question is, why send Aurum to the fort?
An intriguing line of inquiry, but I ain't sure the fort's dealings should concern us.
Perhaps not. But I am curious as well. Something unusual is happening here. Stokes was all too happy to aid our cause before my exile. Now he acts like a stranger. It cannot be a coincidence. I am going to charge my Lieutenant General with finding out more about these shipments.
Chasing more wagons full of Aurum?
Something like that. It is clear there will be no more aid from Stokes now, and I still have an army to outfit. Perhaps we will find something we can actually keep.
If money's what you're after, maybe you'd entertain the notion of joining our posse. That goes for you too, Miss Redbird.
What are you talking about?
I'll explain everything on the way back to the lab. Danny, you stay here and help unload the supplies. You can give Nadine the lowdown. Come meet us at the lab when you're done.
Will do.
I am sending one of our hunters to return Mulberry to the fort. He can show you the way back.
Much appreciated. Right, let's get a move on. You coming with us, Miss Legere?
Damn right. Someone's got to be sure you don't blow yourself sky high. And can it with the Miss Legere bunk? It's Harley.
Duly noted. Now let's get going.
Just one more thing before you go, Harley. You said you were a journalist, yes?
That's right.
Do you believe the townspeople would take an interest in our cause?
Some might. I can certainly tell my employer about the treatment you've received.
Please do. I have a statement I would like you to carry back. The Otham are a peaceful people. We wish to be your good neighbors and friends. But if a Vespuccian soldier or any other person comes with violent intent to harm us, we will do what we must to protect our people.
Got it. Would you be willing to sit for an interview with someone from the post?
Gladly. My words are for all who will listen with open hearts.
I'll make sure your message is received.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing us back, partner. We can take it from here. Well, would you look at that? Didn't think I'd be seeing old Jesse again. I'm keeping this arrowhead as a good luck charm. And who knows? Maybe some collector out there would be interested in acquiring the arrowhead that nearly wiped out Gentleman Jake.
Híjole. Is he always like this?
I wonder how things will go for the Otham now that they have firearms.
Well enough, I hope, provided they don't point them at us.
I shouldn't leave this here.
It's good to see someone who respects their country.
Alright, go. Save, and then I'm gonna do. Alright, let me talk to him again.
Phil?
Eh?
Hey.
Come.
Did you?
He.
What?
He. Bust.
It takes.
Alright.
So. But.
Pity get.
Got any? What?
Alright.
We know.
Pick up. I want to pick up. Try to do the other way so we can see the other ending areas. Alright. Talk to him.
Hey, Jay.
Miss.
Making your.
Not really. His bench is hard as a rock. Could do with some back support, too. But it's as good a place as any to think of a way out of here.
Had any ideas for escaping yet?
You'll be the first to know, I assure you.
Did you manage to see?
No, I was a mite just as well.
Surely.
More.
How do you?
Well, you got easy. Well, but no.
Why not?
Cause
If you've got.
main, then some, and finally find me.
Alright.
I'll.
Oh, what are you doing? Give him that stuff again.
This
It'll.
No, not save. Resume games.
Is this?
This'll.
Unless... No, probably can't. Probably.
Will this work?
Shot. Well, I'll
Wonder.
get. What? That.
You know.
Why, thank you, Miss Lish.
Thought of myself.
As soon as somebody comes in, you know.
Yeah.
And you. These flat.
Hello in there?
Well.
Greetings. I'm Nadine. I've come.
That fake gun. Yep, it is.
Harley.
No.
So just.
I'll do it.
I'll go.
All right.
Well, maybe I could try to save before we talk to... But...
I bring.
Thank you. You may.
I will.
enter and
So we got more options, which
You
I'm
may
gonna
click-
try.
Captain Stokes is missing some troops, and we were helping in the search.
You serve Stokes. Curious.
We have nothing.
Who?
I'm a jerk. I can. We'll. But first, let's.
Do you
I have.
just that?
Were there any?
But
You're right.
I believe so.
I'm listening.
Our and yeah, I can so if you will.
It's a bold.
I am
Tonight, then.
tonight. The cover of darkness will be to your. Our scouts have also noted that
Guess I better tell the.
you are what.
Thank you.
May the earth.
Yeah. Can I save at some point or no?
Everyone
Because
in good shape.
I want to
Mr.
see
Little
the
has-
different.
Hey, fella.
But I guess we're not gonna have that option, are we?
Yes, although I learned how much of a bastard Stokes truly is.
I told you he was a no-good deserter.
He is much worse than that. Turns out the reason Mulberry didn't come back is that he was taken prisoner while conducting an unprovoked raid. A raid Stokes.
What?
Army soldiers have been crossing into. It's true. I have.
Hijo de la...
That is...
Chief Lutzi suggested we hit him where it hurts, the fort's supply chain. So we'll be carrying out our own raid.
And to think just yesterday, you reckon...
Yeah,
I don't
me
know about-
either.
If they go...
Now listen up. And the we can get
Ah, the old...
only
I'm saying, we get the...
I prefer... You said... Well...
Wouldn't it? You could.
all good. Have you got
No, I think something.
So?
We're gonna go with Phil's attack the wagon
I
directly.
think Phil's got the right idea.
Excellent. Marisol and Eugenio will be glad to lend their guns to some better use than target practice.
Say, Miss Redbird, think you might join us? Having a doctor along wouldn't be a bad idea.
Of course.
Well, we better get ready. Let's hope this goes off without a hitch.
I think it's still the same supplies and stuff, but I thought okay. Oh no, they're dead.
Hold still. It's just a graze. You're going to be fine.
Cállate, Eugenio. No es para tanto.
Poor kid.
Alas, in battle, such things cannot always be avoided. At least we prevailed. I suggest we get what we came for. Let us see what we can find.
The fort's soldiers are definitely well lubricated. Jackpot. There's all.
What does it...
It's a hang on.
Well...
Spare linens. Just about. They're all marked.
Why would...
I don't know.
All
What is it?
bars.
Excellent.
They're marked.
What do you mean?
If we tried exchanging them for money, the royals would know it was us who attacked this wagon.
Caramba.
There's some loose cash in here, though.
Mm-hmm.
We have wasted enough.
I guess the same amount? No, it's less.
You have come back to us. How did you fare?
Phil's soldiers helped us pull it off, but I'm afraid they were overzealous.
How do you mean? We did what had to be done. The wagon's driver and guard did not survive.
When Stokes gets word, he'll be seeing red.
But with these weapons we recovered, you will have the means to defend yourself against
So
any
this is
retaliation.
not the good one.
Thank you, General Marquez.
You know me?
We are
You struck to not.
I appreciate.
I...
Did you?
Yes. With this dynamite, getting into the lab will be quite easy.
Then I am glad the raid proved fruitful.
We found something else. A safe.
I wanted to take them, but Miss Leger noticed they were marked.
The last thing we need is the
royal.
The the big.
An intrigue.
But Stokes was all too happy to. Now he acts like a stranger. Lieutenant
Alright.
Chasing more wagons full of
Something like... It is clear there will be no more... Perhaps we will find something we can...
If money's what you're...
What are you...
I'll explain. Danny, come meet.
Will do.
I am sending one of our hunters to return Mulberry to the fort. He can show you the way back.
Much appreciated. Right, let's get a move on. You coming with me and Phil, Miss Leger?
Damn right, and
Duly.
Just one more.
that's right.
Do you believe?
Some might.
Please do. But if I've
Got it.
gladly.
I'll make sure you're...
Thank you.
Oh well.
Thanks for showing us back, partner. We can take it from here. Well, would you...
Alright, let's do the other way.
I'm keeping this arrowhead.
Yeah. Okay, we've already seen this. Now we're gonna do the other thing.
Maybe some...
Híjole. Is he...
That he is.
I shouldn't leave.
It's good to see some...
Alright, I don't like how this path went. We're gonna load. Pick up this.
Phil?
Eh?
Hey.
Come.
So...
Huh? Really?
Sure, but...
Pity get...
Did you...
Yeah, he... Bust.
Estadio.
Easy.
It takes... Got it. What do you mean?
Some we know...
I'll just...
Now pick that up. I wonder if the other way is any better.
Hey.
Miss...
So...
For your information, Miss Leger, I'm trying to form you...
Light a plan, yeah.
Surely a fellow...
More...
How do you...
Well, you can... Easy. Well... But...
What?
Cause I...
If you've got...
Main... Then... And find me...
Could you...
Something...
Did you make...
No, just...
Alright, let's give him his stuff that he needs.
This sharp...
It'll...
Is this...
This'll...
Okay, return to game. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Will this work?
Shine... Well, I'll...
Sure did.
I'm bluff. Give me a few...
Okay, so yeah, the bluff. I want to see if the bluff is gonna work with Jake.
You carve... In all my days, I don't...
And if you got any better ideas...
Suppose not.
I thought as much. Anyhow, soon as somebody comes in, I'll draw this. You... These folks...
But...
Well, ain't this fortuitous?
Greetings. I've come...
Hands...
The fake gun, yeah, uh-huh.
Don't mind my...
Yes.
Harley... So just...
I'll do it. Alright.
Yeah, we're gonna try the other way. If it don't work, then we'll do the other side.
I bring you...
Thank you. You may...
I will.
Enter and... You may call pleasures on you, Miss Leger.
We were only accompanying Captain Stowe.
You curious?
We have...
Who?
I can... We'll... Thought maybe... But first...
I see.
Let's...
Answer. Do you
I have...
The... They...
Were there any cash...
No.
We need to show Stokes that it's in his...
Our... It come and all.
Then that would be...
Yes, I can... The so... If you... We would...
You're certain they'll be carrying something that's worth the risk?
I am certain that doing nothing is a far greater risk.
Tonight, then.
Tonight? The cover of dark hour.
Guess I better...
You are what?
Thank you.
May the earth may...
Time to get... This
Everyone in
may
good shape?
Mr. Lua has.
Good to know. Hey, fella.
this may be not the right one either, but I want to show it anyway.
Very well. In fact, we came up with a plan for how we can help these people and get what we're after. I hope you boys are ready for a little excitement.
Always.
Turns out the reason Mulberry didn't come back is that he was taking a rage.
What?
Army soldiers have been crossing into office. It's true.
Hijo de la...
That is
Chief Lutz, so we'll be careful.
And to think, reckon.
I don't know about you, but I don't feel too bad
I'm
about
with
lifting
Har-
a little from
Harley
the crowd.
about this.
The government...
Now listen up. And
We can get them.
The old one.
Only question.
I'm thinking we get the wagon to stop. Then you and I keep the driver occupied while Danny and Phil.
Yeah.
I prefer... You said... Well...
Would that
Wouldn't
get
be-
Danny
you kids
killed
all good.
though?
Have you got it?
No, I think something.
So?
I like Jake's plan.
All right, just follow my lead. If things start to go south, say, hang up the fiddle. That'll be the cue for Danny and Phil to vamoose.
I can help too, if you need an extra pair of hands.
Oh, well, sure. That'd be much appreciated, Miss Redbird.
Well, we better get ready. Let's hope this goes off without a hitch.
What's going on here?
Ah, finally a third party. Maybe you can settle this argument for us.
Ma'am, is this man causing you grief?
Not nearly as much as she's caused me, I can assure you.
You read the will same as I did. Mama left those jewels to me, not you.
Mama wasn't right in the head. She didn't know her patoot from her elbow.
What's going on out here?
These two lackwits are standing in the middle of the path. This ain't no place for a family quarrel.
What in the Sam Hill are you two doing out here this time of night anyway?
We had a bit of wagon trouble on our way home to Rosewater. You ever been there?
Yes, sir. It's where I grew up.
After all we've been through, I need a drink. I'll be glad for some rest at the Jack of Diamonds.
Oh, sure. Love that place.
Me too. I wouldn't mind forgetting our troubles. Like how our wagon turned over and stranded us out here.
Your wagon turned over? How'd that happen?
Something ran out in front of us, spooked our horse.
It was the biggest, meanest bear I ever saw.
A bear? Around these parts?
You must have quite the imagination, ma'am.
Or these two are up to something.
I believe the time has come to hang up the fiddle. Pardon for the disturbance, gentlemen.
Darn it.
You have come back to us.
I'm sorry, Chief Lutzi. We weren't able to get very much, but we were at least able to obtain a chest of firearms.
Nevertheless, I am grateful for your efforts on our behalf. Did you obtain what you needed?
Yes. With this dynamite, getting into the lab will be quite easy.
Then I am glad the raid proved fruitful.
Chief Lutzi, I am curious.
We are to answer peace.
You strive to not nothing.
I appreciate.
So, there's several crates in the wagon were marked Rosewater. I thought it was strange, considering that's where the wagon was coming from. And not only that, we found a safe filled with Aurum bars.
I wanted to take them, but Danny refused.
What the hell, kid? You never turn away free money.
I'm sorry. They were marked. They wouldn't have been any good to us.
Danny did right, Miss Legere. Last thing we want is the army on our case. Or God forbid the Blackburns.
The Union Busters?
Union?
The big question.
An intriguing line.
Perhaps not. But I am curious as well. Something unusual is happening here. Stokes was all too happy to aid our cause before. Now, I am
chasing more.
It is clear there will be no more. Perhaps we will find.
If money's what you're after, that goes for you too, Miss.
What are you talking?
I'll explain everything. Danny, you stay here and help unload the supplies. You can give Nadine the lowdown. Come meet us when you're done.
Will do.
I am sending one of our hunters to return Mulberry to the fort. He can show you the.
Much appreciated. Right. You coming with me and Phil?
Damn right. Someone's got to be sure you don't blow and can it.
Duly.
Just one more.
Same
Let's do
thing.
some, please.
I think we're gonna load the
Got
other
it.
one
Glad
because
I'll
we
make
got the
thank
money in that.
Thanks for. Well, didn't think I'd be. I'm keeping this arrowhead as a good luck. And who knows? Maybe some collector out there would be interested in acquiring the arrowhead that nearly wiped out Gentleman Jake.
Híjole.
Alright. We're gonna go after the wagon. Alright, yeah. Let's go.
You're quite certain
Yeah,
you know
no,
what
he's
you're
getting
doing?
close.
Just leave everything to me and stand far, far back.
Gonna blow it up.
Impressive work there, Phil.
Gracias.
And an explosion will certainly liven up your article. Eh, Harley?
Bet it would. Mm-mm.
Well, slap my behind and call me Betsy.
No, thank you.
Not sure what I was expecting to find, but it wasn't this.
It has been completely ransacked.
Still, there's gotta be some indication of where Clark took his money. Let's take a look around. But watch yourselves. No telling what any of these doohickeys might be capable of.
Looks like it's connected to the door somehow.
And that wire runs to the console back there.
Won't do us any good if there's nothing power in this place, though.
At least Dr. Clark practiced fire safety. I can't see through. The window is too grimy. A wooden mannequin in a cage? I have so many questions.
You sure you want them answered?
No, I don't.
There's about 2 inches of dust. Empty. Not really surprising. I can't make heads nor tails of this chicken scratch. What in the ether is this thing?
I wouldn't get too close.
Some kind of console. Seems to connect to a few things.
9207.
Is this some kind of combination or code? Nothing happened. This console isn't getting any power.
TT180.
TT180. Must be this contraption's model number. 1 of 4 dials. It's anyone's guess what they do. It won't turn any. One of the dials is missing. Just my luck.
We're gonna have to find a dial, I guess.
Not much left.
Welcome back, guys.
Some books and a broken device. Can we talk?
What's on your mind? 'Cause you know I've been wondering about the Otham. What do you suppose will happen to them now that they're armed with guns?
I don't know, but at least they have a fighting chance now.
If Stokes attacks and they successfully fend him off, then perhaps he will leave them alone. But it will certainly not happen without bloodshed.
Well, best of luck to him.
This place sure is something, isn't it?
I admit, I never gave much credence to all that ethericity business, but seeing all them contraptions and appurtenances, Let's just say it's given me a new appreciation for Clark's tenacity.
Enough jabber. Let's push on. How are you holding up, Jake?
Oh, just fine, just fine.
How are you holding?
Oh, just fine, just...
Oh, he has an arrowhead.
Looks like some type of cannon, and it's pointing right at the cage.
We just found out the power's off. Maybe we talk to you.
Hey, Phil? Let's talk.
What about?
Clark's lab is really quite something, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, something unnatural, something perverse. What possessed him to undertake this research is beyond me.
I have to ask, what went on at the Rosewater Post?
That so-called newspaper editor dared to write that the People's Revolution was over, that we had been crushed by the forces of the Spanish army. Defeated, we will not abandon our cause. I demanded a correction. What did I get instead? A defenestration.
Rough break.
Yes.
How did you become so proficient with explosives?
The science of it always fascinated me. Even as a child, I read a great deal about mining and demolitions. The lessons were invaluable. So, when my parents sent me to university, I studied civil engineering. Most people do not realize just how much care must be taken when dealing with dynamite.
Hang on. You have a university education?
Of course. Does this surprise you?
No, I just didn't think a revolutionary would have a degree.
Well, I do. From the Escuela Superior de Ingenieros in Madrid.
So how did you wind up here in Vespuccia?
That is a very long story, and I do not wish to relate it now. Perhaps another time?
Fair enough. Right. Carry on. Not much left.
Oh, of course, over here.
This Clark fellow was into some strange things, wasn't he?
I'm starting to understand why he chose to do his work out in the middle of nowhere.
This may have held something interesting once, but now it's just lodging for spiders. This must be where Clark parked his rear during his experiments. Way too high for me.
Want me to give you a boost?
Nah, I still couldn't reach. I'll think of something else. I get the impression this is what powers everything in here.
We just need to get it running again somehow.
I can't begin to fathom what these contraptions are for.
Nothing of use to us.
Anything interesting in there?
Not really. Probably why they were left behind.
Sinister, if you ask me. No good. There's some power getting through, but it needs more. Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
Any clever ideas to get to that confounded box?
Not too many, I'm afraid. Although perhaps that chair could be of use.
Hang on, I've got an idea. Why don't you just shoot the box down?
Beg pardon?
Let's put that gunslinging know-how of yours to work.
I may be a showman, but I ain't a performing monkey. It's as I said about those bottles. I never perform sharpshooting tricks without a crowd.
Crowd be damned! I want to see what's in the box.
You've proven yourself resourceful. I'm sure you can find a more practical way to get to that box that doesn't involve me wasting ammo.
Point.
I don't understand. You showed off your prowess with a gun before. Now all I'm hearing are excuses. Why so shifty all of a sudden?
All right, look. The truth is, I've gone a mite rusty. A couple of years ago, I could have done it with my eyes shut, but time ain't been kind to my hands.
So how did you pull off that juggling trick?
Danny's the one that shoots the ball from the wings.
Oh.
You want that box down so bad, ask him to help you when he gets back.
Might I borrow that arrowhead for a spell?
By all means. Maybe it'll bring you some luck, too.
Enough jabber. Let's push on. Maybe this will help. Then again, maybe not.
So what do we want to use the hair on? Good thing we didn't stand on it.
Let's see if this works. That did it. This wire looks like something chewed through it. No wonder the power's not getting through. This wire's all corroded. There's a thought, but this is way too big. That muck.
Use. No, we'll read that later. We'll read that next time.
I hope this isn't considered treason. That should do it.
We can't do it again, I guess.
No need to do that again.
Look how those guys walk. Liquid cure for all ailments.
Dios mío, what is this abomination?
Howdy, folks. Interested in learning about Coltit's miracle elixir?
Of course we are, little lady.
Then step on over here.
My guess is the primary ailment these folks cure is swollen purses. I'm sure there's a lesson here about the laws of supply and demand. Professor Xander Coltit III. Good medicine for good people.
Alright, well, next time, guys, we'll, her. Let's see what else we need to do. All right. We are going to head out now, guys. Oh, go away. Thank you for hanging out and watching, and well, I don't know if we're finishing up next time, but we will continue next time with this game, and then we'll figure out if we're finishing up, and then we'll figure out what we're doing after that. But I will see you guys next time. Let's go say hi to Gavintron. See you over there, guys. Bye. He's BRB him. Uh-oh. No.